Injuries, suspension, and another 3-game week proves another selection crisis for Rob Edwards as we face West Brom at home Friday night under the lights on the TV as well. Let's dive straight into Luton Town versus West Brom. Our thoughts on the game, a little bit of selection, where the team is going to be and stuff like that. And if you do like today's video, smash that like button, hit that sub, and let us know in the comments your thoughts and a prediction on the game. Now let's have a look at our opponents, West Brom. West Brom haven't won in the last 6 games. They've drawn 4, lost 2, and previous to that they beat Plymouth at home 1-0. They set up as a sort of a 4-2-3-1. They have Josh Madger at the top, who used to be Sunderland, if anyone remembers him. He is also their top goal scorer this season with 7 goals from 12 games. They have the 3 in midfield just behind him. And then they have the 2 holding and then the 4 defenders. And Palmer, who we were also linked with previously in goal. How I feel we might match up against them to defend that, I think I've gone with 2 potential selections. Now, we know Rob Edwards loves 3 at the back. Are we going to have the players for that? Now, after his press conference just gone, he's turned around and said the only 2 that are potential close are Mengi and Baptiste to return, and they are still very unsure on them. But we know Rob Edwards, in his pre-match press conferences, he does like to say that someone's not available, and then all of a sudden appears out of nowhere. So he wants to keep his cards close to his chest, which is fair enough. If we do have that and Mengi is fit, probably would like to see either a 3 at the back, which would be Mengi, McGuinness and Hashioka. But we do know that Mengi and McGuinness previously haven't really worked that well together. So it'd be interesting to see if they do come back in. Hashioka, who played against Sunderland, I felt was a little bit more of a weak link against Sunderland. He's good with the ball, but he can be quite muscled off it sometimes as well. He's not a natural right centre-back. Obviously, he'd prefer the right wing-back. And he's also played the left centre-back as well previously. In midfield, I would like to see Nakamba and Kraus, Victor Moses and Johnson. Johnson's going to have to play because Alfie Doherty is, of course, out suspended. And as well as Tom Holmes is as well. Hence why Hashioka's playing there instead. Chongi, if fit, just in front. Now, Clark has played there previously. Clark played every minute last week of all 3 games, and that was one of our biggest downfalls last week with our 3 games, that he didn't rotate the squad enough. We only had 1 player out of the full starting 11, 1 player change, and that was due to injury as well. Burke went out and Holmes come in after the Watford game, so we definitely need to change it up for the 3 games this week, especially 2 at home. Now, one thing I do say is obviously Rob Edwards is under a little bit of pressure at the moment with the performances. However, I don't feel this game is really a game that we could be judging him necessarily on, because of the amount of injuries that we have at the back, and also with the 2 suspensions. His kind of hands are tied. Yes, it's a home game. Yes, it's against West Brom, who haven't won in a few games as well. It's sort of a makeshift back line, and when we know that our back line is sort of all over the place, it's really difficult to get that mould. But, you know, I really hope they prove us wrong, and this is a game that they just step up and go for it. But, yeah, we're relying heavily on McGuinness if Mengi isn't fit, and nor is Hashioka. Now, if Mengi potentially isn't fit, or if he is, but he's struggling, he might try a 4 at the back just to match their 4 as well, which I would say would be Mengi, McGuinness, Johnson on the left, Hashioka on the right. Now, obviously, 2 weaker links on the sides. Johnson has come in previously at Burnley and had a little bit of a struggle then, but he was out of position at left centre back. So come on at Watford as well, and we had to put him out on the left wing back and Alfie in, just because he didn't feel that he was strong enough at the defensive side. So I do feel that he'll need to be pushed out more to the left. Of course, the same sort of up the top. Potentially see Brown as well feature more, whether he's going to be at the right back or right wing back. He may even decide to leave Hashioka out or put Hashioka to the left, and then that would create Victor Moses at right back and then Brown just in front as well. As we know, Victor Moses finished at Chelsea at right back as well, so there's a possibility that could happen. But yeah, I don't necessarily think this is the game that we can sort of focus on. Cardiff in the week would definitely be the one, with Alfie back and Tom Holmes as well to return. So yeah, if anything, this game, you know, it would be amazing if we can get at least a draw out of it and then push on for the win at Cardiff on Tuesday. But I'm going to go and be hopeful, and my prediction for the game is going to be a high-scoring game, 3-2 to the Hatters. We've got to stay hopeful, but you know, if it's a draw or even a boring 0-0, we'll take a point at this point with the amount of players that we've currently got out, especially defensively wise. But let me know in the comments your thoughts. I will be vlogging again tomorrow, or maybe today if you're watching it on Friday. Check out my other videos. Drop us a follow, drop us a sub, and hit them comments and let me know your thoughts.